I've got a faucet in my bathroom that is dripping. It's wasting water. It's driving me crazy with the noise. So I'm going to fix it and I'm going to show you how I do it. I know the hot side is the side that's leaking for two reasons. One, the drips are warm, and when I crank on the hot handle, the drips stop. When I crank on the cold, nothing happens. Also, in my experience, the hot side tends to go bad before the cold side. I think it's just the hot water breaks down the rubber seals faster. Before I start, I'm going to turn off the water supply. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the handle. It's usually just held on with a screw. Sometimes there's a plastic piece that you got to pop out with a screwdriver to get access to the screw. You got to remove the handle, and usually they'll just pull right off. Sometimes you'll have to use a special handle puller. Usually you can get these smaller ones off pretty easily. The next step is to take off this retaining bolt, and you're going to need a wrench to do that. A crescent wrench will work. I prefer the channel lock pliers. I love these things for plumbing work, and we're just going to unscrew this. Now I should be able to just pull the stem out. Might have to use pliers to kind of wiggle it free. You can replace the whole stem unit, or you can just go and just replace the rubber pieces. Different faucets are going to have slightly different stems. You can take these to the hardware store and look, and they usually have a little book or something that you can find your stem style and figure out which washers and whatnot you need to replace. Okay, I'm at the hardware store, and they probably will have a book with a bunch of different stems and probably a ruler and some other measuring devices that you can find your stem. Look it up in the book, and the book will list the O-rings and washers that you'll need to replace, or the ID of the actual stem, so you can replace the whole unit. I'm back from the hardware store. I've got my O-rings and washers. This particular faucet has one flat washer, which is held on with a screw there. It's got this large O-ring, which is quite distorted now from just use, and then inside here there's another O-ring. So I'll replace those and then pop this thing back in. Got the new O-rings and washers on, but before I pop it in, what I'm going to do is apply a little bit of plumber's grease to inside here so that it makes a nice seal here. I'm going to just slide it back in here. Take a flathead screwdriver to push this O-ring back there so I can screw that back on, that retaining nut. Okay. This one doesn't screw in. Some of these screw in and tighten. This one just is in there with friction. Now we can replace the handle. Now we can turn the water supply back on. Now let's test it out. Turns on easily. Turns off all the way. No drip. So this turned out quite nicely. It wasn't too hard to do. Cost me maybe $2 in parts. I hope the video was helpful. If it was, give me a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to keep up to date with my newest videos. Thanks for watching.